Hey guys, it's Nimbus. I am back today with another video. As always, it is free Palestine, free everybody. We will never be free until we are all free. Yeah, just please do your own research. Please get educated on what is going on. If you don't know what is going on, or if you do, but you still have questions, please just, you'll be able to answer a lot of the questions that most people have by looking at what's already been talked about and what's been posted and with various other things. Sorry. It might be time to move where my incense is. I keep only inhaling smoke and anyway. However, point being is that there's a lot of people running around right now saying how much none of this will ever affect them, or getting mad at people who compare what is going on in Israel to what Germany did.
I do want to add, though, I understand that it can seem very insensitive to compare the two, but when you're looking at Holocaust and genocide, there's not many differences besides the name. Oops.
Be upset. That's all I can say at this point. Free Palestine. That's it. Because at this point, nobody else wants to listen. Y'all just want to argue. And y'all won't listen to anything else. Y'all as in Zionists, won't listen to what other people have to say. That's why I keep saying get educated on it. I'm not saying that to be any type of I'm better than you or anything. I'm saying that to be serious. Get educated.
Especially because Jewish person does not equal Zionist, and it's definitely not the other way around either. So we really need to keep that in mind. Do your own research. Find out why the colonial project of Israel that exists today, find out, do your own research, find out why it was created, find out how it was created, find out who was involved, because I guarantee you it will be a very interesting history lesson.
See what is going on. If you still have that viewpoint, you still have that viewpoint. I'm not saying it's going to change your mind, but if you don't get educated on a certain topic and you just kind of go off of what everybody else is telling you, that says more about you than it does me or whoever else. I'm not to toot my own horn or anything. No, but seriously. The thing that really gets me is, and I just got a message today, it is what it is. The message was talking about, you can't compare what the Holocaust was to what's going on now. And I'm like, you literally can. But that's none of my business, apparently. It just really got me. I'm like, I understand that what's going on is a very devastating thing for a lot of people. But the people who are acting as victims right now keep acting as victims the whole time they are bombing various countries that aren't even the people that they're saying, or various areas, I should say, let's say, that aren't even the areas that involve who they're targeting. So, what's the deal with that? And now South Africa is also working for them as well. Something's really not adding up, and it's just mind-blowing to me how many people just blindly follow it. I'm not really surprised, but like, I am. Because why? Like, why are you even Why is that even a question that you're going to sit there and question me about what I'm saying when I'm saying that children who are being murdered deserve to live? Everywhere. I don't understand how that's a radical statement, but nobody's going to listen. So I just stopped talking. I said, you're just going to have to block me. You're going to have to be sitting there upset and seeing my posts or block me. That's what it's going to come down to at this point. I'm not about to change what I'm posting or change my mind because somebody else gets butthurt about what I'm saying. If you have actual literal proof of what you're saying and it's true and it's credible and it actually makes sense, I have no reason to keep thinking what I'm thinking. That's the whole point of learning. If you learn and you are educated on something, you learn something new, you change aligning with that thing if you need to. If you learn something new and you're like, oh, I need to not be like that ever because that might be a little bit wrong, why would I ever act that way? A whole colonizer state, and I'm supposed to be on their side? Anyway, with all of that being said, let's get breathing. With everything going on, it's very difficult for me to relax. Not because of what happened earlier. I don't care about what happened earlier. But I've been finding it very difficult to relax in general just because it's a lot going on. And I just kind of wanted to offer a moment of support for everybody who is going through something in any of these situations, or if it's just becoming a lot for you, or if it's just whatever it is. If you're tired, take a rest. But you got to get back up and keep fighting because other people will also need to rest too. It's not time to sit down and say, okay, I'm done, I've done good. You have done good. But we got to keep going. It's not over yet. Unfortunately, this is a marathon and we're not even halfway through. It's unfortunate. But we have to keep going. We can't sit here and act like everything is just going back to normal when there are still whole families being just wiped out, erased. And I'm supposed to be okay with going back to work. Again, this video I'm going to ask y'all to really sit with your privilege, really sit with what it is that you feel privileged for. And I want you to sit with how often, or not really like sit with it, like not like an angry way, but like really sit with it and understand yourself more. Sit with yourself and question yourself about these things. If you see a post from Palestine, how do you feel about it? Are you empathetic towards these people? Are you feeling a little bit like, are you kind of like, you know, like, are you desensitized to it? Like, how do you feel about these things? Because we can't lose the sensitivity to it and we can't lose our empathy for these people. These are human beings going through an actual catastrophe. This is another Nakba. If y'all don't know what that means, Nakba, please look that up. It was in 1948. It was the first like mass expulsion of Palestinians from Palestine. And I need y'all to look into that if y'all don't know about it, because we're seeing that happen again. We're watching it happen again. So I need y'all to get educated on what is going on. If y'all don't know what's going on anywhere in the world, please just get educated on it. There's people on TikTok, there's people on Twitter, there's people on Instagram who are talking about all these different things, who are very clearly explaining these things and laying it out very, very clearly for everybody. So if you don't know what's going on in Congo, in Sudan, in Tigray, with the Uyghur Muslims, in China, with the Kurds in Kurdistan, with any of this, with Haiti, with Puerto Rico, with any of this. Literally, the list keeps going on. There's somebody on TikTok or Twitter or Instagram talking about this and being very clear about it, or even YouTube probably. But you gotta find it. You're gonna have to sit there and find who it is that explains it in the way that you need it to be explained, or whatever it is. Like, you also gotta be the one to initiate that search. Like, if you don't know what it is, if you don't know what something is, nobody's gonna be like, oh, okay, let me explain this to you, because nobody's gonna know that you don't know what that means. You know, so like, yeah. Bottom line, sit with your privilege. Sit with how it feels when you see these videos, and sit with your reaction to these videos, because it will really be telling about how much you are desensitized or empathetic to these people, because these are human beings. 333. These are human beings who are going through just terrors that so many of us will never understand. Too many of us understand on a level similar, but most people alive today who are in the West will not understand how they are feeling there, or in the Congo, or in Sudan, or in Tigray, or in Afghanistan, or in Bangladesh, or Syria, or in Lebanon, or in anywhere else. The list literally keeps going. So I need y'all to get educated on what is going on. We need to do something about this. As the American people, or as people, citizens in the West in general, we have a right to stand up for the people who our governments are actively harming. Whether or not they're the ones bombing, they're the ones supplying the bombs to be bombed on family homes, with families inside. I don't think y'all understand. These are full families in these houses. These are airstrikes that are wiping out easily 15 to 20 people, and in one go. And if someone's lucky to make it out, they're lucky. They are probably the only one to make it out, and that is so. Just how can you look at that and say, oh, they deserve it, or oh, whatever it is, other than, oh my gosh, I need this to stop. Like, not in the sense of they gotta stop showing me this, in the sense of, why is this still happening when all of the people are saying stop? Because fine, it's not every single person in the West saying stop, but it's enough people in the West saying stop that once you stop listening to that and you're ignoring that, you're just ignoring the people. And for a government official to be doing that, count all of your days. Because it's coming very quickly. The end of them is coming very quickly. I don't know about your death date, but the end of your job, because we're not doing this anymore. Anyway, with all that being said, let's get breathing. Anyway, no. This is for everybody really quick. Since I just got so hyped, I'm gonna need y'all to take a breath with me. Everybody just take one deep breath in with me. Breathe in through your nose. And release a big sigh. Just let a lot of that go. Let some of that tension go. If you guys would like to actually breathe with me, I'm still gonna breathe. we're gonna get started. Otherwise, skip to right here, and you can skip right past the breathing. But yeah, I just like doing the breathing because it gets me into the state that I need to be in, or in the space that I need to be. Well, state okay too, that I need to be in, and it just helps me center. And if you guys breathe with me, it helps us connect on the same level or wherever we need to be for the collective reading. So yes. So if you guys are ready, sit up straight, put your feet flat on the floor, and put your hands flat down on the table in front of you or flat down in your lap. And we are going to close our eyes in a second and start breathing in through our nose and out through our mouth. And they're going to be deep breaths all the way down into our belly. And yeah, about a count of 4 in and about a count of 4 out. But yeah. So if you guys are ready, let's get going. So go ahead and close your eyes and breathe in, out, in, out, in, out, in, out, in, out, in, last one, and out. Keep your eyes closed, but breathe normally now. Release any tension you may need to release from your neck all the way down to your toes. Do some neck rolls. Do some shoulder rolls. Forward, backward. Do some back twists or back pops. There we go. Okay, that works too. Maybe some ankle rolls, ankle circles. Kick your knees a little bit. All right, take one more deep breath in and release. Okay, if you need more time, go ahead and pause it now. Otherwise, we are going to get started. Okay, so today we are going to use the animal. It's a gorgeous deck, honestly. I love it so much. I think I've used it already on here. I can't remember. But the book is like pretty hefty, and everything's in color, which is really cool. It's just a really cool deck. It's just a gorgeous deck. I love this deck so much. I use it not as much as I should, but it's also what's the word for when it's like metallic on the side? Gilded, I think. I don't remember. Anyway, yeah. So we're gonna do today. We are going to do what's your next step? Yeah. That'll be good. Figure out your next step. What is your next step? There we go. All right, Spirit, what is the next step? Okay, that fell out. Let me grab that really quick. This is the Nine of Swords reversed. There's definitely the end of something that's been weighing on you. Yeah, the Hermit. There's like this sense of relief when we're able to take the time with ourselves and sit with ourselves. There's like this relief of, okay, I finally understand what that means. Or like we finally can take that time to understand what these signs mean. You know, if we didn't quite understand what was keeping us in the Nine of Swords energy, then taking time in hermit mode would definitely help. 9-9 as well. 2 9s just came out. But 9-9. Anyway, sorry. But whatever was keeping you in that Nine of Swords energy, the hermit mode will definitely, is always going to help breaking you out of, one card at a time, please, Spirit, breaking you out of that, like, you'll be able to step back enough to see what is actually happening for the most part. Not every single time, 555 as I say that, not every single time will that happen, but I'm sure, you know, you'll at least be able to find some comfort or at least something in that. You know what I mean? Like, it might not be the answer, but I'm sure you'll at least find an answer to something. You know what I mean? It'll still be useful time. It's not going to be wasted time to take hermit, to go into hermit mode. It's never a waste of time to go into hermit mode. If you're actually planning on doing work when you're doing that, it's never a waste of time. It's never really a waste of time either when you're just trying to rest and rejuvenate, but because that is also self-care and very important. Anyway, Spirit, what's the next step? Okay, that was a lot of cards. One card at a time, please, Spirit. One card at a time, please, Spirit. One card at a time, please, Spirit. And it's almost like, with all the cards flipping over, it's almost like there's a very, not like necessarily chaotic energy, but like a very impulsive energy is coming through. And the hermit mode will also help with trying to calm that almost. Like, you'll be able, like, it'll be quieter anyway, so you'll be able to like hear more clearly and see the bigger picture, which is also very important. We got the Two of Swords that just flipped over. There's definitely, as always, a decision to be made between whether or not you want to actually change that. You know what I mean? It's like, it's either hermit mode or you keep dealing with this. And it's like you can't, and it's like you almost can't really get either way with it right now. The Empress, yeah, you definitely have to. The abundance is there. Like, you have the ability to make everything exactly what you want it to be. Even though you're kind of at a stalemate right now, it's almost like with the hermit mode in place. Whenever that happens, if you're in the hermit mode or if you're going into the hermit mode or if you just got out of the hermit mode, maybe, I don't know, maybe you have to go back in, I don't know. I don't know specifics on this, but if, again, this is a collective message, please take what resonates and leave what does not. But with the Empress card coming out, it's like you're really, the majesty of whatever you can create can be there, but you have to believe in your own majesty and beauty and way of creation. You know, I was just watching a video, and it was a lot of people. She was saying a lot of people leave Christianity to go into spirituality, and they start worshiping spirituality, and they start doing exactly the same thing, giving all their power away and acting like all of their power comes from external sources. You know, you hear a lot of people giving offerings and asking questions to their deities or to their spirit guides or whatever, and it might almost sound like a lot of these people are giving their power, which a lot of people are giving their power away. I'm not saying it doesn't happen, because it is very true. There's a lot of people who, by giving these offerings, in exchange for these offerings, they're learning how to bring that energy into them so that one day they'll be able to do exactly what it is they want to do. It's going to take some time and it's going to take some work, but that's with everything. You know what I mean? Point being is that all of this means that you have to look within instead of with everybody else. Don't look at what other people are doing. Don't look at what Christians are doing. Don't look at how this works for other people. Don't look at how somebody else's altar looks. Don't look at how somebody else's, you know, bedroom looks. Nothing. I mean, you can for inspiration if you really want to, but like, you know, altars or spiritual stuff should be you. Your stuff should be your stuff only. It should be what your guides are specifically telling you that you should be putting on there, but also it's very intuitively led, and it's very much what you should be doing. So if you're trying to birth something specific into this life, and you know, say don't want to be dealing with this Nine of Swords energy anymore, which it is reversed, so it feels like to me you're already getting over it. If you really want to birth something into existence and really add a lot more majesty and beauty to the world, you're going to have to believe in your own majesty and beauty first. Get that going, get it out there, and love it as much as you can. The only way people are going to love you is if you love yourself first. And the only way people are going to find you is if you have faith in yourself first. You have to be, you have to be Ace of Wands. You have to be willing to put forth some effort for the divine to, like, you know, grab you and be like, yes, let's keep it going. You know what I mean? A passion is only a passion for so long. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like, will you actually just push through this? Are you actually going to do what you say you want to do? Are you actually going to make it happen? And there's almost like a sense of urgency to make that decision. Jesus Christ. The air just came on and pushed this. Freaks me out every time. There's almost like a sense of urgency. I think that's what I was saying. There's almost like the sense of urgency in what your next step is. Like it's not like go, but it's like it does kind of feel like time's running out to make a decision. And it feels like time's running out for a specific opportunity. Not like time's running out like you're never going to get this chance again, but like it's more like you're never going to get this chance again. You know what I mean? Like, you know, when one door closes, another door opens every time. Like that's not, it's not like this is the exception or something. Like you're still going to have another door to open, or that's already open to you. But this is more like, you know, if you're not ready, you're not ready, and that's okay. Nobody's going to get mad at you. Nobody's going to wonder what happened. You know. One card at a time, please, Spirit. what's the next step? One card at a time, please, Spirit. Okay, the Two of Cups reversed. And there could be some kind of like imbalance in like a way that you're thinking about something that happened like in the past. Okay, whatever's been keeping you in the Nine of Swords energy could be this imbalance of, you know, maybe looking back on the past too much and not quite focusing on the present or something to that effect. It also feels like there's just an imbalance. There's the Two of Cups and the Two of... Oh my God, this was Two of Wands the whole time. There's definitely a discovery that needs to happen, and that makes more sense. The stalemate wasn't... It was kind of a stalemate. It is kind of a stalemate, but it's not quite like a stalemate as in like no movement is happening, which is why I was like a little like what when the Ace of Wands came out, because now the Two of Cups reversed kind of makes a little bit more sense. There's a discovery of, in this hermit mode, there's a discovery of what is unbalanced and what is causing you to be off balance. And there's like this feeling of, okay, I know that I want to do this and birth this into the world, but I know that if I try to do this, if I do this, it might not work right. And, you know, like there's that kind of thing going on. And I feel like that's what Spirit's trying to point to with all of this. Like, one card at a time, please, Spirit. Thank you. The Hanged One. It's definitely something that's like... It's definitely something that's really holding you back and like that's really getting you... It's really binding you up. Like it's really, really binding you up, and you can't... It's like this feeling of no matter what I do, I just can't get out of this. Like there's no... Yeah. But again, once you're able to take that time in the hermit mode and like really find out what it is, you'll be able to actually like navigate it and see where it's going. The Four of Swords reversed. Yeah, and there's definitely like this feeling of like burnout almost. Like just doing a lot of extra stuff, or just a lot in general. Like, but doing a lot of stuff to make it so anything that could have been seen as a lot is just a lot, and it's not. It's just piling onto everything else. There's no, you know, there's no 333 as I say that. There's no controlling it or like anything, or it feels like there's no controlling any of it. It feels like there's no. My dog's dreaming. Let me get him. Sorry about that, guys. I can't remember specifically what I was saying, but I remember it was about burnout. Shit. Whatever it is that has been getting to us, that's been making us feel like just so like overwhelmed and feeling like we can't do any work, because I mean, truly, if we're trying to do work while we're burnt out, the work isn't going to be good work. You know what I mean? Like, it's not going to be the correct work for the most part. I mean, it could be the correct work, but it's probably not done 100% as well as it should, you know? Okay. Strength reversed. Let me see. Yeah. And it's causing you to kind of feel this self-doubt. This burnout and like overwhelm is like causing you to feel like this self-doubt. That like you feel you might feel Queen of Swords just flew out. Yeah, and it's like this it's like this energy of there's no yeah, I mean, self-reliance with the Queen of Swords, self-reliance, you know, it's definitely helpful with birthing your own thing into the world because you get to take, like, even with the burnout, even with the self-doubt, as long as you're willing, the King of Wands reverse just came out, as long as you're willing to put in the work and really make it happen, okay, that is the King of Wands, and really make it happen, what's going to happen? You're going to get exactly what you wanted. Oh no. Well, okay, there's the impulsiveness. And the impulsiveness from the King of Wands, there's the impulsiveness from before with everything flying all over the place. But, you know, a lot of what happens when we're really bound up on these things and we're really like already doubting ourselves, and then on top of that we're burnt out, and then on top of that we're dealing with all these different things, of course we're going to get a little impulsive and a little bit restless. Like there's going to be times where we just can't. You know what I mean? But we also can't just totally go against everything that we talk about, even if we're feeling that way. You know what I mean? We can't. That's why the hermit mode is so important. We get to take time away and figure out what it is that hurts us so much and what it is that like really gets us. The Magician, exactly. And we get to transmute all of that and alchemize all of that into everything that we need, and then some. You have all the tools that you need. One card at a time, please, Spirit. You have all the tools that you need. One card at a time, please, Spirit. I also totally knocked over a card anyway, so we'll take this card. We got the Five of Cups. And you know, there's always this feeling with the Five of Cups that, you know, obviously we have a sense of loss, but again, like you still have two cups fully filled up. They're still there. They still contain whatever was in them before the other three fell over. You know what I mean? 8, Justice. But yeah, again with the balance, learning how to balance these things, you know, yes, you feel a sense of loss. But what can we do in our life to try to counteract that, to try to help us, right, and bring in this abundance, this Nine of Pentacles, bring in this abundance, use it to our advantage. Yes, it's not the ideal thing. Page of Pentacles reversed on the bottom of the deck. You need to stop forgetting that just because there's a lot going on and just because you're overwhelmed means that you get to act however you want to, or you get to say whatever it is you want to. Excuse me. Everybody gets triggered, but it's all about the balance of what do you do when you get triggered. We get triggered, we feel angry, we feel sad, we feel jealous, whatever it is. But we have to sit there and remember that feelings are completely valid, but they are not completely fact, or fact in the first place. They are completely valid in the fact that they exist, and that is what you're feeling. Nobody's saying that that's not what you're feeling. But we do have to remember that running around without feeling balanced can add more problems to a lot of this than help them. And when we're already running around burnt out, everybody saying calm down or just relax or whatever feels like an attack because all you're trying to do is just that. But it's also, there's a heavy reminder of it's all on you first. Are you going to let that get to you, or are you going to like take over and really like change it for you? Change the situation for you. Are you going to make it a situation that works for you, or are you just going to run around saying, oh, I wish this was easier, I wish this was better, whatever it is? But yeah, anyway. Let's do our pride message really quick. Let's do 3 cards really quick. My incense went out. That was fast. It's because the air was on, I think. Anyway. What is our next step? Spirit, what's our next step? Okay. There we go. Those did come out one at a time. The last one like flipped over in the deck. The 2 had come out. The first one flew out at the beginning of that, but then the second one kind of... Anyway. The second one kind of just was there. Like I had to like hold anyway. So we have Gender Rebel. It says comfort. Don't sacrifice your own comfort to ease others' discomfort. If someone feels uncomfortable because of who you are, it's their responsibility to work on themselves. Period. But that's also kind of where the hermit mode comes in anyway. I know I've been saying a lot about the hermit mode today, but it's my card. I'm a Virgo. So, anyway. So you take the time in the hermit mode and you find comfort in yourself anyway. You find where it is that you have these triggers and why you have these triggers, but you also find comfort in knowing who exactly it is that you are and why it is you are the way that you are. Like, if you're able to love yourself unconditionally with all the things that you know about, of course you can go and love somebody else of all the things that you don't even know about. And the things that you do know about. Not in a bad way. In like, just like 323. Not like really, not in a bad way. Just like... Anyway, let me keep going before I get in trouble. Or say something just stupid. Anyway. I may be straight, but I don't hate. It says reassurance. Love never did as much damage as hate. No matter who you are, no matter who you love, The ones spreading negativity are the ones inflicting harm. You are in the clear. True. Yeah. Let's read this last one really quick. It says, love and let love. Noise. Calmness. Take a step back from chaos and interruption. Observe your thoughts from a safe distance and find peace on the outer boundaries of concern and self-doubt. Mic drop. That describes the hermit mode pretty well. Really quick, I know I didn't say this earlier, and I know I didn't say the prime message earlier. Now that I'm thinking about it, but we'll do our little sweary affirmation really quick. Spirit, what's our sweary affirmation for January 15th for today? Put on your favorite song and dance your ass off. Yeah, I mean, sometimes that's all you need to do. Maybe you need some time to just take a break. Maybe you just 555. Maybe you just need a nap. Maybe you just need whatever it is. But just remember that even if you are taking time in that space of reflection and analyzing, it'll be a little bit easier to kind of like catch your thoughts before they kind of, not like before they happen, but like easier to catch them before they actually do something or set you on that spiral or whatever it is. So like, if you learned anything from today, hermit mode is probably a necessary time for, I mean, it's necessary for everybody. But talk to your people first, you know, don't just isolate yourself from everybody. Talk to your people first, you know, your spirit team or your people in, you know, physical. Talk to your people and find out what it is that they need from you. You know what I mean? You know, because again, hermit mode, especially when we're feeling burnt out, it's nice to do that because we take time for just ourselves. And we're sitting there taking time for ourselves, being by ourselves, enjoying only what we enjoy, you know, that kind of thing. You know, again, self-care. But again, it is work. You know, we're not going into hermit mode to say, oh, LOL, I'm going into hermit mode again. Like, it's work. It's a decent amount of work. But that's why the Empress also came out. Yeah, because, oh, and with the Magician down here as well, like, even though there's all these things happening and there's all this negativity around, there's still this air of just positive creation because we're able to still have things coming up and things growing where maybe we didn't think they would, or they're just taking much longer than we thought, or whatever it is. But as long as we keep working towards them and working to keep them growing, someday we'll be able to see, you know, the reward. You know, someday we'll see the fruits, you know, the fruits of our labor. You know. Which, now that I think about it, that saying is probably really racist. Okay, well, I would be going on a downward spiral. Not like downward, but like I would be going on a spiral later and figuring out... be going down the rabbit hole is what I was looking for. figuring out where that saying came from. Anyway, but with all that being said, that is what I am seeing for you guys today. I do appreciate you guys for being here, and I appreciate you guys watching. I wanted to close out this reading really quick. I didn't close that out yet. I just wanted to close out this reading and say thank you guys for being here. Thank you guys for watching. Please like, share, comment, subscribe, and yes. But yes. As always, if you guys would like to tip me, please go ahead and join me in donating to whatever organization or whatever it is that you guys feel necessary. Please do your own research and make sure that whatever place that you want to donate to will actually help the people on the ground. A lot of people, like especially in Gaza, are saying if people donate money, there's not really a way to use any money. There's, the shelves are empty. There's nothing to buy. So, it needs to be like aid. It can't be stuff for them to buy anymore. There's the food, the food that comes in needs to be donation food. And, needs to be for them to just grab and eat and take. Like, I can't even imagine. It's very important that we recognize that our lights, the fridge that we have, the music that we have playing in the background, the running water that we have is a privilege. And these people don't have that. So wherever you are planning on donating, I need you to do the research and find out, is the money that you are spending or is the money that you're donating actually going to be spent on these people in the form of aid and supplies and food and whatever else it needs to be, first aid, whatever it needs to be. I mean, at this point, there's so many things going on around the world that obviously, unfortunately, we're not going to be able to save every person right now. But if we get going enough, we'll be able to get enough traction and get enough people behind this that we can actually make a difference. And the only thing we can do at this point is try, because nobody's listening. If there are still Palestinians alive, if there are still Congolese people alive, if there's still Sudanese people alive, if there's still Afghani people alive, if there's still people in Syria alive, if there's still people in Lebanon alive, if there's still people in Kurdistan alive, if there's still the Kurds alive, if there's still the Uyghur Muslims alive, if there's still people in Bangladesh and Pakistan and Haiti and Puerto Rico and all these places that are still alive, why the fuck would we stop fighting? Why would we act like tomorrow is fine and act like we don't need to keep working towards this? We have to make sure that these people get scared of us. I miss the days where politicians were freaked out about what the people would do. These people are now 80 years old, 90 years old. The national retirement age is 65. And we got people knocking on death's door, making votes on what next year's kids are going to have to do. But tell me again how millennials are crashing the housing market or ruining grocery stores or whatever the fuck it is today. I mean, Glitch McConnell is glitching every other time he gets on TV. Like, I don't understand how this man is still allowed to go on TV. Like, I genuinely... Anyway, with all of that being said, free Palestine. From the river to the sea, Palestine will be free. That's it. Free everybody. We will never be free until we are all free. Liberate everybody around the world. Nobody should be, in 2024 now, nobody should be subjected to, any of these things. collective punishment, ethnic cleansing, genocide, slavery, SA, any of this stuff. And all in the name of a different country. And all backed by said different country. But, you know, none of my business. Anyway. Thank you guys for being here again. If you guys stayed until now, please do like, share, comment, subscribe if you guys would like to. Also, my one-on-ones are open. I will be donating a portion of what I make from those as well to various organizations and charities. I almost said donations again, but yeah. So yeah, I love you guys. I hope you all have a good day or night or whatever it is right now. And yeah, I will catch you guys in the next one. I love y'all. Peace.